Hey guys, Zeptalab here, and today for this first video of this tech channel, I'm going to be replacing the hard drive inside this Mac Mini G4. So the hard drive isn't dead, but why would I change the hard drive then? Well, there's of course a reason. It's because in these kinds of Mac of this timeline, the hard drive was IDE. It was a 2.5-inch IDE drive, so by today they are pretty much really rare and they're prone to failure. And since I care about what's on this Mac, I probably just would want to save that. So today I received this in the mail. What is this? Well, if you look closely, it's still on the wrapping, but I hope you'll be able to see. I don't think so. But here is it. Oh, I'm actually the wrong side. You see, you see it now. Here is a SATA drive port, and this, by the looks of it, is, you would guess it, a CD drive tray. There's a little screwdriver in there, but whatever. And it's using the, well, can't see it either, but it's using the IDE connection for CD drive. Of course, compact, and it turns out to be that, well, hopefully I would just put a SATA drive inside and replacing the IDE one, so at least it's going to be easily upgradable, and it'll be more modern. If you hear my dog also, I'm sorry about that. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to change the drive with what's inside of this. This is just a standard, whatever, hard drive but case with USB 3.0 port, and this is a 320 gig Seagate hard drive. I'm gonna be swapping the drive, which is a 40 gig inside, and it'll be more upgraded because now it's pretty much running out of space. So let's give it some place and let's continue. So first, before continuing on, we will need to back up everything on this drive onto something, because there's data on this and I don't want to lose it either. So I'm just gonna use this laptop and I'm gonna do a backup. And then we will be able to swap the drives. Alright, so let's open this up. So by using this angle, I just figured out that you can see in the reflection what I'm using for recording, for propping up my iPod currently recording. And yeah, you see my face right here. Deal with it. Oh my god, it still does that. Alright, so here we are. You can see the weird way of Ubuntu to put icons is in the lock screen is just to put them freaking big. Alright, so here we are on the desktop. What the fuck is going on? Whatever. And we're going to be using Gported. Alright, so there we are on Gported. We will now plug the external drive via USB 3, of course. However, my laptop is not compatible USB 3, so we will have the slow USB 2. Alright, so the drive is plugged in. And actually, I just thought of this. Maybe I don't need Gported right now. Just right now, but I'll probably need to. Okay, so Gported is going to be only used later for cloning the the Mac Mini's drive. So for the current time, I'm going to be using File Explorer. And we'll maybe probably doesn't like to have Gported at the same time, so perhaps we'll have to give out on that. Yep, that's it. Alright guys, so we're currently the next day, so the backup took actually a freaking long time that I could not finish it in time yesterday, and I just had to go to school, of course, and now we're continuing this a day later. So I just formatted the drive, I backed it up, I formatted it, and there we go. We have an empty 320 gig space, and that's where we are going to back up everything on the other drive. So now here comes the fun part. We will need to take this Mac apart using a knife. So I'm just gonna have to go in the side because staying behind the camera will be a little bit tricky in the dismounting process of this, and it's gonna be a little challenge, I know. Okay, so this angle should be a little bit better at least. So let's get on. So if I recall, the way I did take this apart is by this way. If you would be able to see anything at all. I think it was by this way here. I used a knife to do this. So let's try again. So, see, it's already starting. But I did not get it. This is pretty hard. Alright, I got it. Not too much denting it, if I can. I would like to keep it as best as I can. I pretty much did the entirety because it's already coming apart. So, okay. It's completely out. Well, this wasn't so long actually. So now it should be coming on rather easily. There we go. Here's the top piece. Some metal in there. And here we are. This is the innards of the Mac. Here are the little speaker and the port on the back. So I will need to get some screwdrivers and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got some screwdrivers and we're ready to take this out. Take all the screws out. So let's get on. I already have loosened one of them, so that's why it's pretty much staying there. Can I remove it straight? Nope, I can't. It's not coming up. Alright. Oh, I should pretty much already remove this stick of RAM because it's a little bit in the way. So it's a pry-up method. And this is 512 megs of RAM, which is pretty much what it has. It can go up to 1 gigabyte, but I don't have that for now. So I'm gonna run it with 512. I don't really care. Okay. Let's get on. Continuing. Screw right there. This one's pretty much stubborn. I'm gonna use a different screwdriver. There we go. Let's see if I can not damage this. I would not like to damage this speaker and lose it. That would be pretty stupid. Alright, the screw is loose. And that was it. No. Stop rolling. This one here is not coming off. Why? Oh, almost got it. There it is. Can't even see anything past there. There we go. And here's the last one. Oh, which fell down. Alright, let's go with the rest. Now, if I recall, right now I am able to remove this completely. Screwdriver stuff. And here's the hard drive. And we have the optical drive here, the slot loading optical drive, which is going to be removed as well. So let's do all of this. So let's start with the hard drive. It's not going to be there anymore. This one is not going to, at least. So let's take it out. Oh wait, it's not the good size. I don't know if that will do. Yes, it will. Having some slight difficulties in here. Alright, so one. Just keep losing them. There's another one. I already took this Mac apart. This was to do some testing, just verifying with the hard drive. So that's why the screws are pretty much already a bit loose. But I don't want to put them too loose either, because then the drive would have problems. And yeah, that's yes, it's never a good thing to have drives and it's loose. It's never a good thing. SSDs don't matter that much, but it does matter a lot with mechanical drives. So let's get on there. Let's remove this. Alright. I currently still don't exactly know if you can see everything. That occurs me a little bit. Removing the fan. Oh. This screw that was right there actually is not. It was never there actually. I think if I recall, there is not supposed to be a screw in here, so that's perfect. It's like normal. And there's the last screw for the hard drive right here. So let's take out the other bit and put this one in. Up, and the hard drive just fell down in with its connector, which I will have to remove from a part. Now let's pull out the drive. Having some slight difficulties with popping out the drive. Oh, okay, got it. And there we go. This is a PATA drive. This is the older format of, hard drive connections, but this is the one, specified only for laptops and apparently old Mac Minis. So, yeah. This is the old non-standard, I will have to say. It was standard, but not necessarily. When it got to Sata, it was way much better. And it's going to be what we're going to be putting in this as a replacement. So basically, there's nothing is going to be there anymore, so we can just put back the drive. And I just got some screws. I don't know if I'll have to reuse them. Probably not. I don't know. Now, let's get on to it. We're having some difficulties with those screws. I wonder if I can use the bigger bit for them. Oh, it's way much better. Now I would also like to not break the optical drive, because even though it's not going to be used in this Mac anymore, I would still like to be able to use it for something else eventually. If I need one, I would have one. So yeah, I'm not gonna break it. I'm gonna try not to at least. Alright, here we are. And now, here's the fun part. We need to try and remove the screws right here, which are pretty hard to be removed, this and this. So yeah, I try not to perforate the speaker. Oh god, this is minuscule. This is removed. Okay, this one, the first one was not so bad. Let's see with the second one. It wants to remove, but I'm having some difficulties with the other screwdriver. Actually, wait a minute. Oh yes, I do need to remove this. Oh god, where it fell. There it is. Now we should be able to remove the optical drive. And at the same time, this IDE card from Apple Computer Incorporation. Nice. Oh, and I just realized that I need to remove the other screws. So, let's do that. There's some side screws right here. There we go, and I think that's it. I think I can just remove the optical drive. Stop. Screwdriver. I am not sure though. So it doesn't want to go off. Is there something hanging out? I don't want to break this Mac either, so... Aha, I knew it. Don't know if we'll... Yes, there's a screw right there. I knew it. It couldn't be just that simple. It has to have something else. Oh, and there's also another one right here. Oh, okay, never mind. I got it out. I'm gonna take off those screws. Here we go. Now we have the cage. And my cat is outside my door. What just fell off? What the heck is this? I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna try and figure out some stuff and then I'll be back. Okay, I think I figured out where the little piece was going. If I recall, it was going right there. And it was just for, I don't know what reason, but it's there. And take a look at this. This is a Apple SuperDrive, which is a slot loading. Pretty interesting to see how it works inside. It's pretty... just looking at this, it looks complicated to me. Whatever. It's probably not that hard. Well, depends. It's not a slot loading. Slot loading are probably a little bit easier. And there's the IDE, little, really tiny IDE connection for optical drive. And such, we're going to replace this with this, which is going to be the new hard drive inside. And yep. But before being at this part, we will need to clone everything from this drive to the newer one, which is still up there on the desk. Let's do this. Alright, so we will need to clone everything from this drive over to the one drive, which is right there. So let's get on. I'm gonna use one of those little USB to Sata, IDE, whatever. And the good thing with little tiny IDE, I'm gonna call it, is that it doesn't require any other plug than this one for power and data. So it's pretty much the same thing. You just plug this in and plug it into a USB port, and you're pretty much done. You don't need a special other cable like a regular IDE port or SATA port. So that's at least a plus. Alright, so I plugged in the IDE drive. Now it just detected it. We will need to clone everything on it. So here it is. This is everything there. Now we will need to clone it. So I actually didn't think of this, but I'm not sure you can easily just do all of that and Gport it. I'm gonna just check it a little bit further and then I'm gonna come back. Alright, so instead of using Linux and Gported or the disk utility, I'm going to use something called Clonezilla to back up everything on the, to copy everything on the Apple drive straight up to the newer 320 gig drive, and it's going to be just a 101 copy. It's going to be everything in the same place, report shim the same, so it's going to be better than making an image and popping the image back into the newer drive. So let's get on with this. Here we are with Clonezilla. So we're going to do a live Clonezilla, nothing different. Alright, here we are. So I'm gonna choose French because that's my main language. I'm sorry, I'm so used to this. Do not modify. It's based on Debian, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Starting Clonezilla. Device. I don't want to make an image, it's just going to be longer. I'm still going with beginner mode because it's explaining everything, so it's good. This to local disk. Good. Let's wait. Now I need to not get mixed up because the main hard drive in this laptop is also a 320 gig. Okay, at least they're labeled. So yes, it's an Hitachi inside the laptop, so it's not what we need. This is actually it's called from the hard drive case. So it's this, and this is the Apple one. So the source one is going to be 40 gig. And then the target is going to be the external one. Do not repair. Okay, shut off when the process is going to be done. Of course, enter. Yes, I want to continue. Yes, I want to continue. Yes, I want to continue. Oh, wait. It doesn't accept enter. Alright. Yes, of course. So, as it turns out, Clonezilla is not able to handle Apple partitions, which is kind of not good. So I'll be using the imaging function instead. It's gonna do pretty much the same thing. It's gonna be better, I guess, because it worked. I did do it the first time. I did an image. I erased the 40 gig drive. I restored the image and it worked. So I don't want to format it right now. I want to create a disk image. I'm gonna put it in documents and it's gonna be called, I want to call it something at least I will remember. Real A1103. Yes. And starting up creation. Of course, it asks for a password. And there we go, it starts. And I think for holding the camera, it's really moving around. So let's wait. Alright, so the imaging, oh fuck. Alright, so we're back, the imaging is done. Now we just need to put the image onto the Seagate drive right here. So let's just restore the drive image. This is what we chose earlier before, and start the restoration. And there we go. And now we wait. Okay, so the restoring process is done. Now I'm only going to be doing something for a little bit, if I can find out. I think it's this. it's going to be expanding it to be taking the whole size of the drive, because I would pretty much like to be able to have everything usable on the drive, and not having some stuff, not having some place, having some sectors not readable. I mean, not writable. What am I saying? Everything is jumbled up right now in my mind. So as it turns out, I tried to expand the partition of the clone drive, because after restoring the image, the partition for the Mac operating system was pretty low, because it was only a 40 gig drive, and I tried to expand with the rest of the data of the the storage left that was unused, and it could not do it. So Linux was not able to do that. So we will just take out the drive, and it's time finally. Oops, sorry for the camera. To open this thing. I've been waiting till yesterday to open it. Let's do that. Pretty good. So what I'm hoping is that when the drive will be in there, it's gonna be bootable. So that's what we're left with. Pretty good. There's 2 screws, apparently. It can be screwed into the hard drive. It looks like. Okay, like there's a screw right here. Pretty reflective, but one there, and also one right in this hole, in the far down there. So we will put in the drive, if it can easily fit in. It's gonna at least hold a little bit, it looks like. Not sure to put this in. I'm not so sure how to put this thing in there. I think I'm supposed to remove this thing. Oh wait, I'm supposed to remove this thing. Huh. That's why it was not going in. Oh, okay. I just said a French swearing, sorry. I need to unscrew that before being able to put it in there. I think I screwed it in a little bit too early, and it would not. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we're good. Everything is made at least so that it will stay in place. Well, it's held up pretty good. I think it's made to not move, so actually, it's not a bad thing. Like, not at all. So they made it good, at least. They didn't make it so cheap. Okay. Oh, it is held in. So, yeah, so they made it pretty good. So they made this little thing down here with the name HDD, and it's really good. So I'm gonna change the angle now and put everything back in here. Well, oh well, now the card is supposed to go right here. So yes, how to just to the sense is the speaker is there, is going to the front. So, and this is the supposed to be the place where you put the optical drive, as it looks, and it's supposed to go like this. So in there, pretty good. I'm gonna take it out. Damn it, I don't want you to not see anything, because that would be bad. There we go, it's screwed in. Well, not screwed in, but it's put it in. Is there any screws? Oh yes, there is. So now I will have to be a little bit off camera because it's pretty much really tiny. Okay, so after a lot of trouble, I finally managed to get this module back on track. It took me a while, I can tell you. And I just forgot my screwdriver on the bed right here because I had to have precision more than on a floor. Okay, let's put this back on and let's hope it's gonna fit perfectly fine. Okay. Let's go in. Does it fit right? Is it in good? Okay, okay, I go in. Outside the port. Okay. Seems to be okay. Seems to all be good. I'm gonna do one test before keep going on. Alright, so here's the moment, hoping that it's gonna show up on the screen. So I'm gonna power it on and hope I didn't break anything. And let's hope it finds something. Okay. Okay guys, so basically we are the next month and I can tell you, so last time when I left it, well, it's probably going to be only a couple of, seconds for you, but I had an error that made so that when I used this thing inside of the Mac Mini, the system would lock up and nothing would be running anymore. So I gave up on that. I also tried it on other computer, such as this one, works perfectly fine, like a charm. The drive was when I was putting a drive inside, it would work just perfectly, and everything was handy dandy. But then getting the Mac, didn't work. So yeah, we are the next month, March 16. Last time I did it, last time I started the video was February 8th. So I ordered a new adapter, so everything is in and the system is running. As you can see, everything is running, everything works perfectly fine. It's a little bit faster even, so that's always a plus. But yeah, now sorry for the shaky camera, I didn't have time to do any setup, just a quick overview before the put back together. So here is a little adapter. Now I had to get rid of a lot of stuff, like a lot of screws and stuff that screwed in on the side of the original hard drive. But turns out since the adapter is taking a bit much more place, the port is also lowered than normal. So if I don't know if I can give you perspective about that, but yeah, see, oh my god, it's not a stable vision. Here's the normal port, right there, right under my finger. Under the white label is the port, and then down lower, completely here, is the new one. So it's way much lower, and I also had to break a lot of screw stands, and also had to break one port to make all of this fit, or else it was just not fitting. So I highly had to mod this device just to make it work. So if you want an example of thing that I did break to make it fit, is this little connector. Oh, and this there was something in this connector originally, and it was, damn it, a dusty modem module, old telephone modem module, that when I saw that it was something connected and something unimportant for me, I said, okay, I'm getting rid of it, because earlier on it was the way it was right here somewhere under the hard drive, and it was not able to plug in, well, the complete base with the adapter card, not the adapter card, but the IDE IO. Fuck. So as I was saying, this module was right here, and the hard drive was hitting it, so it was not possible to keep this. So I just removed it, and since it's not useful, well, it can just go away. So yeah, right now we have something working. Now there's another problem that happened where I'm not even sure if it's really a problem or just something that just quit working. But we have this. This is the Apple SuperDrive. This was working perfectly before, but then I don't know, once I did put a DVD RW. I don't know if it caused it, but it would just do a loop cycle. I don't know exactly how to say it, but the CD would just run in a cycle and not do anything else, and it would not eject either. So I had to take it apart to remove it. But then afterwards, every time I would put in a CD or a DVD, it would just not work. It would do the same thing and stay stuck, or just turn much faster, but not ejecting and nothing else. And eventually it would just quit working. Well, quit working. It would quit doing anything unless I plug it out and plug it in again. But then it would do the same loop. So I have to take this out and not putting, because it's not working properly anymore. So RIP SuperDrive, you will be missed. Okay, so in the meantime, I'll just put this all back together and maybe do a final conclusion about it. Alright, moment of truth. I've all put it back together. No more disk drive, but whatever. Let's go. It chimes. It's really grainy, but whatever. See the little light? Yes, we have the Apple. Yes, we have the spinning wheel. Yes. Will we be there? And mouse. Yes, we did it. Oh god, this is out of focus. We finally did it. I'm just going to adjust this thing. And here we are, Mac OS 10.5. I don't know if it's 0.8. I'm just going to verify that with you. There we go. I propose this on Mac. No, we are on native 10.5. I will need to do the upgrade. So we can also do the hardware upgrade to 1 gig, but well, you know, I like to keep it like this. So at the end of the day, you finished it. Everything is correct. You have the shaky camera, but whatever, and you're all good. You shut off your Mac if it wants to shut off, and you're done. Well, that was the Mac Mini G4 hard drive SATA upgrade. This took a long time for me in the meantime, you know, just to be realized, because I had to reorder a freaking adapter. But in the end, it's actually pretty good. It did its job. It worked. So yeah, this was the first video of the Technolab channel. You know, if you somehow liked that video, I mean, I would be surprised, but whatever, because it was all dodgy. Okay, whatever. If you somehow liked it, just like and subscribe. If you already know me from Zaptolab, the main channel, well, you decide whether you like informatics stuff or not. Goodbye, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.